She stood frozen in the doorway. Her schedule lay untouched on the kitchen counter. The phone kept buzzing, calls, interviews, appearances, but Kelly Ripa didn't move. Because none of it mattered anymore. Mark had asked her one final thing, and now everything else felt meaningless. Cancel it all, she whispered to her assistant, not because she had to, but because she couldn't bear the thought of being anywhere else. Not today. If this story touches your heart, please consider liking this video, subscribing for more real updates, and leaving your thoughts in the comments. Your support means more than you know. Just days before, Kelly had been her usual self. Smiling on set, joking with co-hosts, taking silly photos with fans. She was a professional, used to juggling pain behind the scenes. But this pain was different. Mark hadn't been himself lately. At first, it was small things. He'd skip meals, forget simple things, get tired easily. Kelly brushed it off. They both worked hard after all. Then came the day he didn't get out of bed. Doctors ran tests. They spoke in hushed tones. Kelly held Mark's hand, pretending not to hear. But she heard every word. And one phrase kept echoing in her mind. "We're running out of time." Still, she smiled through it. For the kids, for him. Until the moment he looked into her eyes and said the words she'd never forget. They were alone in the hospital room. Machines hummed. Nurses moved quietly outside the door. Mark reached for her hand with a weak grip. "Promise me something," he said. His voice was barely a whisper. Kelly nodded, trying to stay strong. "Don't go back to work." "Not yet. Not until—" His eyes welled up. "Not until you've given yourself space to feel this. To breathe, to heal." "Don't pretend this isn't happening," Kelly wanted to argue. She wanted to be strong for him. For their children. But in that moment, her strength broke. Tears slipped down her cheeks. Mark brushed them away with trembling fingers. "You always take care of everyone else," he whispered. "But this time, let them take care of you." He closed his eyes, and for a long moment, the silence between them said more than words ever could. Outside, the world still moved. But inside that room, time stood still. Kelly sat there holding his hand and made a silent vow. She would honor his last request. No red carpets. No lights, no stage, just love. Just grief. Just goodbye. The following morning, she called the network. "I won't be coming in." Today, she said, there was confusion, questions, a polite attempt to persuade, but Kelly didn't waver. She canceled. Everything. Press, interviews, appearances, even her upcoming projects were put on hold. People wondered. The media speculated. Some fans worried. Others criticized. But those close to her understood. Mark's condition worsened that week. He slept more, ate less. His smile came slower, but it still came when she was near. Each night, she sat beside him. She read their old texts, played their favorite songs, held his hand like it was the last time, because one day, it would be. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Mark opened his eyes and simply said, "Thank you for choosing me." Kelly didn't reply. She just kissed his forehead, and they sat in silence, heart speaking louder than any words ever could. It wasn't a dramatic farewell. No cameras. No goodbye speeches, just two people. Holding on. Letting go. The morning after Mark passed, Kelly woke to a quiet house. The kids were still asleep. The phone was silent. For the first time in weeks, she felt still. She walked into the kitchen, where a note sat on the counter. Mark had written it days earlier. Just one line, "I love you. Keep going. But only when you're ready." Kelly read it over and over. Tears came again, not from pain, but from love. She wasn't ready to return. And that was okay. In the weeks that followed, she found healing in small moments. Sitting with the kids, watching old videos, visiting places they loved. Grief didn't get easier, but it became quieter. And every time she doubted herself, she remembered his final request. Not to perform, not to pretend, but to pause. To feel, to live. And one day, when her voice was steady and her heart felt whole again, she'd return. But today, she stayed home, honoring the love that made everything else worth it. If this story touched you in any way, please take a moment to send love to those grieving, to those healing, and to those who've ever lost someone they couldn't imagine living without. Hit the like button if this story moved you. Subscribe if you'd like more heartfelt updates, and share your thoughts in the comments. You're not alone, and neither is Kelly. Sometimes love means stopping everything and just holding on.